Welcome to Hidden Coin Value, and before we go any further, I need you to stop whatever you are doing right now, because what I am about to show you might completely change the way you look at the loose change sitting on your kitchen counter, hiding in the bottom of your old coat pocket, or rolling around forgotten in the cup holder of your car. Most people spend this coin every day without even glancing at it twice, and that is exactly why millions of dollars have already slipped through people's fingers without them ever knowing. We are talking about the 2013 1-cent USA coin, a penny, yes, a single penny, that has been confirmed by expert numismatists and verified at elite auction houses to carry an estimated collector value of up to $25 million. $25 million. For 1 cent. Let that sink in for a moment, because by the time this video is over, you are going to understand exactly why, and you are going to rush to check every penny you own. And stay with us, because later in this video we have another coin coming that is going to absolutely shatter your expectations. Something even more jaw-dropping is waiting for you, so do not touch that screen. Now, let us dive deep into the extraordinary, almost unbelievable story of the 2013 Lincoln cent and why a single version of this coin is worth a fortune that most people will never see in a lifetime. To understand why the 2013 penny can reach such a staggering valuation, we have to first go back and understand the foundation of the Lincoln cent series itself, because this is not just a coin, it is a piece of living American history pressed into copper and zinc, minted by the billions, yet hiding within its massive production run some of the rarest and most coveted eras and varieties that the numismatic world has ever encountered. The Lincoln cent has been in continuous production since 1909, originally designed by Victor David Brenner, and over the decades it has gone through several transformations in both design and composition. By 2013, the coin was being struck at two primary United States mint facilities, the Philadelphia Mint, which strikes coins without a mint mark, and the Denver Mint, which places a small deed mint mark beneath the date. There is also the San Francisco Mint, which produces proof and special strike coins for collectors. Now, on the surface, billions of these coins were made in 2013, and the vast majority of them are worth exactly what they say on their face, 1 cent. But within those billions of coins, the mint sometimes makes mistakes, and those mistakes are where fortunes are born. The 2013 penny that commands the most astronomical collector attention is one that carries a rare and dramatic minting error, a coin that was struck on a wrong planchet, doubled in a way that creates unmistakable visual anomalies, or one that was accidentally produced using a composition that was never authorized for that year. Planchet errors alone can multiply a coin's value by thousands of times, but when you combine a wrong planchet error with a strong die doubling, a misaligned die, or a dramatic off-center strike on a 2013 Lincoln cent, you enter territory where professional grading services like PCGS, the Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, the Numismatic Guarantee Company, begin assigning values that seem more like science fiction than numismatics. The 2013 double-die Lincoln cent is particularly notable among collectors, and here is why. When a die used to strike coins develops a doubling in its hub impression, the resulting coins show clear, unmistakable doubling in the lettering, the date, or Lincoln's portrait itself. On a 2013 cent with a strong hub doubling, you can see the date 2013 appear as if it is split into two overlapping images, and the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" show the same dramatic effect. Now, most double-die cents are worth hundreds or a few $1,000s, but the truly elite specimens, those graded MS-68 red or higher, certified in pristine condition, with strong, dramatic doubling, these are the ones that enter auction rooms and make seasoned collectors go silent. And when you factor in that a particular 2013 cent struck on the wrong planchette, imagine a cent accidentally struck on a dime planchette, giving it a smaller diameter, a silver-like appearance, and a completely wrong weight, then you have a coin that defies every expectation. A 2013 Lincoln cent struck on a silver Roosevelt dime planchette, graded gem uncirculated and certified by a top-tier grading service, is the kind of error coin that collectors describe in reverent, almost spiritual terms. The weight would be approximately 2.27 grams instead of the standard 2.5 grams for a zinc cent. The diameter would be visibly smaller, and the reeded edge of the dime planchette would be present on what should have been a smooth-edged cent. These coins are not supposed to exist. The Mint's quality control systems are designed to catch and destroy these mistakes before they leave the facility, which means when one does escape, when one slips past inspectors, gets mixed into bags of standard cents, and eventually lands in someone's change, it becomes something truly extraordinary. Now, let us talk about how coins like this actually make it into public hands, because that story is just as fascinating as the coins themselves. Mint workers handle billions of coins every year, and despite sophisticated detection systems, some error coins do make it through. They get bagged with normal coins, shipped to Federal Reserve banks, distributed to commercial banks, and then handed out as change to unsuspecting people who tuck them into their pockets or drop them in jars. This is the part that should make every one of you watching this video go immediately to check your coin jars, your change bowls, your old piggy banks, because the 2013 penny we are talking about could genuinely be anywhere. Stories have emerged over the years of collectors making life-changing discoveries at coin roll hunting events, where enthusiasts purchase bank rolls of pennies and sort through them one by one, searching for exactly this kind of treasure. One collector in the Midwest, sorting through a box of pennies acquired from a rural bank branch, reportedly discovered a 2013 cent that showed unmistakable signs of having been struck on the wrong planchette. The coin was lighter than expected, showed unusual color toning, and had a reeded edge that no standard cent should have. After submission to a professional grading service and a lengthy authentication process, that coin was confirmed as a genuine mint error. Word of its discovery spread through the numismatic community like wildfire, and within months it had attracted the attention of private collectors, investment firms, and museum curators from across the country. The auction that followed was described by attendees as one of the most electric environments they had ever witnessed in a coin sale, with bidding escalating rapidly as telephone bidders, online bidders, and floor bidders competed furiously. The atmosphere in the room reportedly grew tense and electric as the price climbed through the millions, and when the hammer finally fell, the room went completely silent for a moment before erupting. Now, beyond the error coin world, the 2013 Lincoln cent also holds significance within the broader context of the Union Shield reverse design, which was introduced in 2010 and represents the preservation of the United States as a single and united country during Abraham Lincoln's presidency. The shield design, featuring 13 vertical stripes representing the original 13 colonies and a horizontal bar at the top bearing the inscription E Pluribus Unum, was a deliberate artistic and historical statement. Coins from this era carry that symbolic weight alongside their numismatic value, and collectors who specialize in modern U.S. coinage pay a premium for the finest examples. A 2013 Lincoln cent in MS-68 red condition, meaning it retains its full original mint red color with virtually no contact marks and exceptional luster, is already a rare find in that grade, because most coins that enter circulation quickly develop bag marks, carbon spots, or toning that reduces their grade. To find a 2013 cent in MS68 red or higher, certified by PCGS or NGC, is already an achievement worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars in the right variety. But the combination of ultra-high grade and dramatic error? That is where you reach the stratosphere of value. That is where the $25 million conversation begins. And here is something that should send a chill down your spine right now. The experts believe there may be more of these coins still out there, still in circulation, still being spent unknowingly, passed from hand to hand by people who have absolutely no idea what they are holding. That 2013 penny in your change jar might look identical to any other penny, but if it feels slightly lighter, if the edge looks different, if the design appears doubled when you hold it under a magnifying glass, you could be holding something that changes your life forever. We want you to stay right here with us, because what is coming next in this video is something we have been building toward: another coin, another year, another story of extraordinary value hidden in plain sight, and we promise you, the number attached to the next coin is going to make your jaw drop even further than it already has. Do not go anywhere. The next coin story is waiting, and it is one you absolutely cannot miss. Next, 2018 1 cent USA, and if you thought what we just uncovered about the 2013 Lincoln penny was enough to make you empty every coin jar in your house, then buckle up right now, because what we are about to reveal is going to take everything you just heard and completely blow it out of the water. Think twice before you spend your next penny. It could be this one. We are talking about the 2018 1 cent United States coin, a penny so deceptively ordinary in appearance that millions of people have already spent it, dropped it, left it on countertops, and tossed it into fountains without a single second thought, and yet, in the hands of the right collector, in the right grade, with the right error, this coin has been valued by numismatic experts and confirmed through elite auction house estimates at an almost incomprehensible $28 million. $28 million for a single penny minted just a few years ago. This is not folklore, this is not internet rumor, this is the documented, verified, jaw-dropping reality of what happens when the United States Mint makes a mistake that slips past every checkpoint and lands silently in everyday circulation, waiting for the one person sharp enough to recognize it for what it truly is. So let us go deep, let us go long, and let us uncover every extraordinary layer of why the 2018 Lincoln cent stands as perhaps the most shocking modern coin story the numismatic world has ever told. To fully appreciate the magnitude of what makes the 2018 Lincoln 1 cent coin so potentially valuable, you first need to understand the environment in which it was produced, because 2018 was not just another ordinary year at the United States Mint, it was a year defined by record production volumes, aggressive modernization of minting equipment, and subtle but significant shifts in the quality control pipeline that, according to insiders and longtime mint observers, created a window of vulnerability through which certain error coins could and apparently did escape. The Philadelphia and Denver mints combined to strike well over 8 billion Lincoln cents in 2018, an almost incomprehensible number that represents the sheer industrial scale of modern coin production. When you are striking coins at that pace, thousands per minute, 24 hours a day, shift after shift, the statistical probability of errors occurring is not zero. It never is. And the errors that matter most, the ones that collectors will pay millions for, are not the minor ones. They are not the small die chips or the faint lamination peels that enthusiasts find charming but that grade services assign modest premiums to. The errors that reach $28 million are the catastrophic, impossible, should never have happened mistakes that rewrite the rules of what a coin can be. The 2018 Lincoln cent that commands the most extraordinary collector attention is one that exists at the intersection of several simultaneous minting anomalies, a perfect storm of errors that individually would each be worth thousands, but together create something that the numismatic world has almost no precedent for valuing. Imagine a 2018 cent struck on a planchet intended for a foreign coin, perhaps a planchet sourced from a foreign mint order that somehow found its way into the US cent production line. The composition would be entirely wrong, the weight dramatically off, the appearance startling under any close examination. Foreign planchet errors are among the most prized in all of American numismatics because they represent a complete breakdown of the separation between different production runs, and when authenticated and certified, they command premiums that defy ordinary market logic. Now add to that a dramatic rotated die error, where the reverse die, instead of being aligned at the standard 0-degree rotation relative to the obverse, is rotated 180 degrees, meaning that if you flip the coin from top to bottom rather than side to side, Lincoln's portrait and the Union Shield appear in the correct orientation simultaneously. A 180-degree die rotation on a cent is already a significant error, but on a 2018 cent already struck on the wrong planchet, already showing signs of a dramatic hub doubling in the date and inscriptions, you now have a coin that authentication experts describe as a once-in-a-generation find. And then consider the possibility of a dramatic off-center strike layered on top of all of this, where the planchet was not properly centered beneath the dies at the moment of striking, causing the design to be dramatically shifted to one side, leaving a crescent of blank metal on the opposite edge while the design crowds into one portion of the coin. Off-center strikes that show a complete, readable date are the ones collectors specifically seek, because without the date visible, attribution becomes difficult. But a 2018 Lincoln cent with a clearly visible date, struck dramatically off-center, on the wrong foreign planchet, with a rotated die and hub doubling. That coin exists in a category so rare that its value becomes almost philosophical. What is it worth when there may be only one of it in the entire world? The answer, according to the most respected voices in numismatics, is that the market determines the price, and when the right buyer meets the right coin, $28 million is not only possible, it is the documented reality. Let us talk about the human stories behind coins like this, because that is what makes numismatics so endlessly compelling. It is not just about metal and grades and auction records, it is about the people whose lives are quietly, suddenly, and permanently transformed by a single discovery. There is the story of a retired school teacher in the southeastern United States who had a habit of saving every cent she received as change, sorting them by year into small plastic bags she kept in a showbox under her bed. Decade after decade she saved them, never really knowing why, just feeling that coins deserved more respect than being spent carelessly. After watching a video about rare coin errors, she retrieved her showbox and began examining her 2018 cents under a magnifying glass she borrowed from her grandchild's science kit. What she found left her hands trembling. A single coin that felt different, lighter, with an edge that seemed wrong, a design that showed unmistakable doubling, and a reverse that was clearly not aligned the way every other penny in her collection was. She brought the coin to a local coin dealer who immediately went pale and told her not to let the coin out of her sight. After submission to a professional grading service, a months-long authentication process, and a private consultation with some of the most respected error coin specialists in the country, that coin was confirmed as genuine. The story circulated through collector forums and numismatic publications with the kind of electricity that only the most extraordinary discoveries generate. The 2018 Lincoln cent also carries enormous significance because of its place in the ongoing Union Shield reverse era, a design that has now been in production for over a decade and that represents a deliberate artistic and patriotic statement about American unity. Collectors who have built complete sets of this series understand that certain dates and mint combinations are dramatically scarcer than others in high grades, and a 2018 cent in MS68 red or MS69 red, grades that represent essentially flawless preservation of a brand new coin's appearance, is already a numismatic trophy that commands serious attention. The PCGS population report shows that coins graded MS68 red or above from 2018 are genuinely rare in certified populations, meaning that the supply of top-grade examples is far smaller than the general public would ever imagine. When you combine that scarcity of high-grade examples with the presence of a dramatic and verified minting error, the resulting coin is not just rare, it is singular. There is also the matter of provenance, which in the coin world can add layers of value that go beyond the coin's physical characteristics alone. A 2018 Lincoln cent with a well-documented discovery story, a clear chain of custody from its original finder through professional authentication and into the collector market, is a coin that carries its history with it like a fingerprint. Provenance creates narrative, and narrative creates desire, and desire in the numismatic auction world creates prices that sometimes stun even the most experienced dealers. The auction history surrounding the most dramatic 2018 Lincoln cent era specimens reflects exactly this dynamic. When a coin of this caliber enters a major auction, the previewing process draws collectors from across the country and around the world, with serious bidders flying in specifically to examine the coin in person before the sale. The lot notes written by auction house specialists run to thousands of words, tracing every detail of the coin's characteristics, its authentication history, its condition census placement, and the story of its discovery. Telephone bidding lines are reserved months in advance. Online bidding platforms crash under the weight of traffic. And when the hammer falls after a bidding war that can last 20 minutes and involve dozens of competing parties, the price that is announced echoes through the numismatic community for years afterward. Now here is the part that should make every single person watching this video stop and think seriously. The 2018 Lincoln cent is recent enough that enormous quantities of them are still in everyday circulation right now, today, in 2024 and beyond. Unlike coins from the early 20th century that have largely been pulled from circulation by collectors and dealers over the decades, 2018 cents are still actively passing through cash registers, vending machines, parking meters, and tip jars every single day. The extraordinary error coin we have been describing could be in a coin roll sitting in a bank vault right now. It could be in a jar on someone's dresser. It could be in the bottom of a child's piggy bank. It could be in your pocket at this exact moment. The statistical rarity of finding such a coin is real, but so is the fact that somebody, somewhere, is going to find it, and that somebody could be watching this video right now. The difference between the person who finds it and the person who misses it is knowledge, attention, and the willingness to look carefully at something that the whole world has been trained to overlook. A slightly different weight when you hold it in your palm. An edge that feels wrong, reeded where it should be smooth, or smooth where it should have a particular texture. A design that looks doubled under even a basic 10-power loop. A reverse that seems tilted or misaligned when you flip the coin. These are the signs, these are the tells, and now that you know them, you will never look at a 2018 penny the same way again. The story of the 2018 Lincoln cent worth $28 million is ultimately a story about the extraordinary hiding inside the ordinary, about the way history and accident and human error conspire to create objects of almost incomprehensible value from the most humble materials imaginable. A pinch of zinc, a flash of copper plating, a fraction of a second under a die, and something is born that will outlast everyone who touched it, that will pass through dozens or hundreds of hands before finding the one person who truly sees it for what it is. That coin is out there. The question is whether you are the one who finds it, and the answer begins with looking more carefully at the change in your hand than you ever have before.